Excuse me. You see, I can't stop yawning. I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna get ahead and just do the live tomorrow. I had such a hectic goddamn day. I've been out all day running around. So I figured I would just do this live tomorrow, do a live tomorrow because I'm super tired, man. But as I was going to cancel the live for the night, the live stream for the night, what had happened was coming across my damn feed, I see an article that's just fresh out the goddamn frying pan. This shit is hotter than fish grease. Right, this shit is hotter than fish grease. This is some hood shit. Hotter than fish grease. If you black, you know what I'm talking about. So I see it come across my news feed where it says George Floyd's brother endorses ex-cop for New York City mayoral race. Right, this nigga named Terrence Floyd. This man. I told you, man, it's a lot of unstable creatures in the world, man. This motherfucker got the nerve. Oh, man, when I get in, this story is bonkers to me. This is George Floyd's brother now. Now, remember, the Floyd family is one of the families that after George Floyd was murdered in cold blood and we all was able to see it. Hey, yo, the Floyd family is they actually won the biggest lawsuit ever in American history. Right? They got millions upon millions of dollars. And this, I can't understand. I don't understand how is this dude, George Floyd brother, backing and supporting the cops? Am I in the goddamn Twilight Zone? Is somebody punking me? Where's Ashton Kutcher at? Am I on a white TV show? Is this a simulation? Am I dreaming? This shit can't be real, man. It just can't be real, man. Let me say this again now. There's a mayoral race going on in New York City right now, where you have Andrew Yang, you have this guy called Eric Adams, there and several other candidates. I can't think of all their names right now, but I'm gonna get into that. Really, it's not even goddamn important what everybody else's name is because this guy Eric Adams is an ex-police officer. I think he was like the captain of police in New York. And if anybody ever lived in New York, where I'm from, then you know that the police are fucking racist ass pigs and one of the biggest problem departments in the goddamn world. If the U.S. for sure, we're probably in the goddamn world. One of the most corrupt departments in the goddamn world when you talking about police-wise. And this son of a bitch, George Floyd's brother, this cuck, Terrence. See, I'm gonna call niggas out. Y'all niggas be playing games, man. This dude then went and turned around and endorsed the cop. He wants the cop to win. The cops who killed his brother, the brother of the guy who got killed by the cops, is supporting the cops. He thinks what we need. Oh man, wait till I read this story, man. It's bonkers, man. I'm gonna read it here in a minute. George Floyd's brother, Terrence Floyd, who was part of the Floyd family, whose brothers got murdered by the police not too long ago. This whole thing is about this guy's brother. Everything that's been happening. The whole country's been turned upside goddamn down. The whole world's been turned up. We had motherfuckers around the world protesting for Mr. Floyd. And this guy, Terrence Floyd, the brother of the man who got murdered by the cops, is now endorsing and standing with the goddamn police. Now, what I'm trying to say is this motherfucker stupid or is this motherfucker stupid? Do he not know the goddamn risk, the goddamn energy, the time, the sacrifice that people have put in on behalf of his bitch ass and his family and his brother who got killed? How many lives have been ruined? How many police have brutalized and beat the shit out of protesters who was protesting for this little fat four-eyed fuck, Terrence Floyd? For him to come out and endorse the fucking... Okay, let's get into the story since we got a few people in here because I told you I'm not gonna be on here long. This shit's got me hot. Let's read out of the story and see what the hell's going on. It says George Floyd's brother Terrence has endorsed former NYPD cop Eric Adams to become New York City's next mayor at an event with Adams, who is the front runner of the Democratic mayoral primary election, which will take place on June 2nd. The election will be held on November 22nd. Now remember, they're going in there to get Bush and de Blasio. I don't know what, he's just a complete fucking failure and another cuck. Right, you can't have cucks running shit, especially not a place like New York. New York is a separate type of animal. You can't have a cuck trying to run New York, a pussy, a punk, a wimp. So he's out of there, right? They're about to get mayor, ex-mayor, I should say, Bill de Blasio out of here. So anyway, it says Adams worked in the NYPD for 22 years and is the only Democratic candidate who is taking a decidedly pro-law and order approach to his campaign. The whole protest this whole summer was against the police, was anti-law, right? We, as black people, can somebody please call this motherfucking Terrence Floyd up, this four-eyed, cross-eyed motherfucker. Can somebody please get Terrence Floyd on the goddamn phone? Did he not know this past whole year we done had Black Lives Matter rob us of goddamn hundreds of millions of dollars? Nobody know these chicks is missing. They done resigned. They quit the goddamn Black Lives Matter movement, took all the goddamn money. Now this is the ultimate smack in the face. All the people that lost their lives, that risked their lives, they got locked the fuck up during the protest. They got beat the fuck up, got their eyes shot out, got tased, got mace, got pepper spray, got dog sicked on them, got beat with nightsticks, got beat with fists, got beat with knees, elbows, feet, you name it. Do this motherfucker not understand that all the people this whole year and a half were protesting against the police on his black, fat, four-eyed ass behalf? This is why this is what I be telling you about black folk, man. This is what I be telling you, man. This is why the white folk treat niggas the way they do, man. This motherfucker has got to be sipping on the stupid juice. Did he not know that all these protests and all this damn commotion in part was over his fat? And wait till you see this nigga face. Wait till I show you this motherfucker. He must, I don't know. He the brother that got the bad gene. Yeah, I'm gonna go in on him. I don't give a damn. Say what you want. It says, unlike his opponent Mayawali, he does not want to defund the police. And instead, he wants to free cops of the paperwork, he says, that is stopping them from doing real policing on the streets amid the violent spike in crime. So he's saying he's even wanting to give the cops less paperwork, which is going to mean code word for less accountability, right? Less paperwork, meaning they're going to have less accountability so they can be on the streets more and crack goddamn heads of people that look like me. And this fat, stupid who's endorsing them, Terrence Floyd, with the big Coke bottle glasses on. That some bitch blind, he can't see. He need to wear glasses like Uncle Pete. That's what the wrong with him. He a blind man. I don't know what the hell. Obviously, this man is blind. Physically, mentally, spiritually. This motherfucker is dumb. George Floyd, brother. Hey, man, somebody let me keep reading, man. It says, Eric is the racial justice leader we need. This is from, hold on. This is from George Floyd's brother, Terrence Floyd. This is a quote from him, and I quote, Terrence Floyd says, Eric is the racial justice leader we need right now, and I will be proud to join him on election day. I lost my brother to police violence last year when the officer used their knee to choke him to death. But he was sadly just one of many black men who were killed in that way. And on that note, I want to let everyone know that I will endorse and be supporting the police. He acknowledges here. He says, in one hand, he says that this cop, this ex-captain or whoever the hell he was, chief of police, we're gonna get into that, but this ex-cop who's running for mayor, who's running against this person he's endorsing is against defund the police. This George Floyd character, this Terrence Floyd character, George Floyd's brother, is literally anti the black movement's platform. Defund the police is part of the black movement's platform. That's part of our platform. The guy who is the family of the person who got this all sparked off, and one of the reasons we're doing the defund the police is because of what happened to his damn brother, George Floyd. This dumbass, four-eyed, ignorant ass dude is gonna come out and say, I don't believe we should defund the police. We need more police on the street. This George Floyd brother, man, we need more police on the street. So he understands what it is, because he said last year when an officer used their knee to choke him to death, but sadly, he was only one of many, many black men who were killed in that way by the police. So he acknowledges this, and he thinks the answer to this is to elect and get somebody elected and endorse them and support them that's going to add more cops to the street. Wouldn't that mean that it's going to be more niggas getting choked out? You dumb, ignorant. Oh my God, man. I'm trying to I don't want to lose my monetization, man. I think I probably already have. Here goes another quote from this dude. He says, more than 40 years ago, Arthur Miller was murdered by the police officer in New York when that officer used his nightstick to choke him to death. Arthur Miller's death drove Reverend Herbert Daughtry to recruit young black men to join the NYPD to change it from the inside. And one of those men was Eric Adams, Terrence Floyd said in a statement. Except for the fact that it might have been with this goddamn pastor, Herbert Daughtry, This might have been what Rev Daughtry thought was going to happen. But just like we thought the Justice Democrats was going to get into the Congress and infiltrate the Democrats and work from the inside to change shit. And we see what the fuck happened with AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and Rokana and goddamn Ayanna Pressley. We see what Cori Bush. We see what happened with them. Jamal Bowman, all the squad, right? So I don't know what the hell Reverend Daughtry 40, 50, 60 years ago thought that this black ass ex-cop was gonna do. But I'm gonna tell you, if he stayed a part of the NYPD for 22 years, that some bitch more crooked than the goddamn. Boy, that motherfucker crooked. You understand? If he was able to be a part of the NYPD for 22 years, he's past crooked. Because in those 22 years, guess what didn't fucking happen? The NYPD did not get reformed. It did not get reformed in the past 22 years that he was there. So whatever this Reverend Daughtry thought that he was gonna get young black men to actually become cops. Nigga, you gonna become a cop, run for mayor, and then the brother of the man who started one of the biggest movements, the whole shit, this whole thing that's happening right now is going to smack black brothers like me and the people that was out protesting and risking their damn lives for your fat Coke bottle glass of wearing ass. You gonna smack them in the face and you gonna stand on the side of the enemy. Did this nigga, somebody call Terrence Floyd up and let him know that he is now been advised that I'm advising, I'm gonna put this nigga on notice that he is now an enemy? You are the enemy of the people, Terrence Floyd. You are an enemy. You ain't no ally of mine. You ain't no ally of the black movement. You could go over there, you belong with Patrice Cullors. That's where you belong at. Motherfucker, you just crossed enemy lines. And guess what? Before you come back, I can't say that. I can't say that. But it ain't no coming back. It ain't no coming back. You officially an enemy, George Floyd's brother, Terrence Floyd, you dumbass. Wait till I show you him. He looks kind of, you can tell that he's not that bright. I want to use the R word, but I know that's not polite to use the R word. But he's definitely, if there was ever an R word, he's the R. He's the goddamn definition of an R word. It says here that Adams, right? This character is by far the most law and order focused candidate among all the Democratic mayoral hopefuls. Out of all the candidates, this dude that this dumbass dude is endorsing is the most pro cop and the most pro law and order. He's like a Donald Trump type of goddamn candidate. Oh man, this man is. I told you, mental health is big, and you can tell that he's out of shape and his mental health is fucked up because he's fat and he's just. You can tell he's got a poor diet. And I be telling y'all, black folk, your diet got a lot to do with your brain. That shit you put in is the same shit that's gonna wind up coming out. Your brain ain't getting no goddamn nutrients because you're not eating food. You eating goddamn Cheez-Its and cookies and McDonald's and all these processed box foods and hamburger helps and all this bullshit you eat. That ain't called food, man. Ain't no nutrients and none of that shit that I just named. None of that. Box macaroni, cheese, and just all the shit that you got in y'all houses and cabinets if you one of these out of unhealthy motherfuckers. Because I'm telling you, this is what being unhealthy does. It affects your brain. Scientists have shown that there's a direct correlation between one's diet and their goddamn brain and health, what we call mental health conditions. So I know he's got a mental health condition. This roly-poly, Georgie Porgy. Listen to get a load of what this Eric Adams support. Now, this is the mayor that Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother, is supporting. This is to get a hold of this shit. Eric Adams supports stop and frisk and says that clerical work should be outsourced to other government workers to allow the cops to get back to the streets and do what they do best, kill and maul and beat the fuck out of black people. He says it should let cops get back to the streets to put an end to the spike in violence happening all over the city. He's in the mindset, him and George Floyd's brother, after they got all this his family got all this goddamn money. Now you may seem that it seems like you have climbed. I think he still live in Brooklyn too. I think this motherfucker still live in the hood. That's how you know he dumb. Wait till they get a hold of your ass and they find out where you at out there. If you out there in Brooklyn, you jackass. And whether you got some of that bread or not, motherfuckers understand that tens of millions of dollars was given to your family and your dumb ass decided to stay in the hood and talk crazy like this. You gonna get what you deserve, boy. That's what you gonna get. You gonna get what you deserve. But I'm gonna tell you that stop and frisk was nothing but racist. This is one of the most racist goddamn laws that they had in around the country, but New York put this shit in. They're stop and frisk because they're gonna stop predominantly black males, and of course when you're doing stop and frisk, Whether and this is basically going against someone's constitutional rights, also, right? They didn't even you don't have to commit a crime if you look guilty. Meaning, if you look black, you automatically by default to the police look suspicious. So they can stop you and check you for no reason they goddamn all with the minimum amount of probable cause, which ain't really none. They can make up some shit, which they always usually do, to dig in your pockets, check you, and then, oh, look at there, you got a bag of weed. Oh, look at there, you got this paraphernalia. Oh, look at there, you got this whatever that's illegal. And they don't stop and frisk everybody. They particularly pick on and choose out black males. It has been studies done that white people commit just as much crime, and in some cases at way higher rates, right? It's been studies that show that it is more likely if you pull over a white person driving a car. The statistics that show this, it is more likely that you're gonna find contraband not in the black people's car that's driving that you're pulling over, right? But you're gonna find the contraband in the white people's car. I'm gonna do a video on this and I'm gonna show you the studies that's came out and all of the data. But anyway, it says that this dude supports stop and frisk. This dude Eric Adams had thanked Terrence for his remarks on Wednesday, saying George Floyd's tragic murder at the hands of the police ignited a movement for reform, the effort of which are still being felt today. He says, as someone who has spent decades fighting against police violence and for racial justice, and who himself has been beaten by police, it is deeply painful to see yet another black life cut short. And this is Adams. I guess he's talking about George Floyd. Hold on, man. You was beat by police. You know that the police is racist, and then you turned around and decided to become the police for 22 goddamn years. And you in favor of stop and frisk, which is one of the most racist, bigoted ass laws that New York has ever came across. Anybody know that stop and frisk was nothing but racist bullshit. This black man, this dude Eric Adams is also a black man. I'm gonna show you his picture, but this black dude Eric Adams said that he knows what it is to get beat by the police. And it's a shame that George Floyd died and there's another black man's life cut short. And the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to join the police. That's how I'm going to be against them. I'm going to, Jedi mind trick. You see how I did that? I'm going to be against them by becoming them and being a part of them and joining them and retiring from them and getting a pension from them and supporting all of the racist policies, even though my black ass is black, because I'm a part of the police and I done sold out my goddamn people. So I don't have to worry about these white folk beating me because they took me in to cover their asses so they can have a pass to beat your black ass. That's why I'm here as a black. That's why you got black cops. They like to put them as, sometimes they put them as the captain and shit, the black cops. So when shit pop, I was like, hey, yeah. The black captain told me to come and goddamn crack your black ass head. It says, this dude, these two characters are something else, man. It says, but I also took heart in seeing so many people take to the streets, demanding change in the wake of Mr. Floyd's death. I am so grateful to receive the endorsement of his brother Terrence, who has been an outspoken voice for justice. A recent political poll put Adams out in front in next week's primary. And black people are so goddamn ignorant that most black people just gonna see this fat cockeyed motherfucker, George Floyd brother, the fat cockeyed dude. They gonna see that he endorsed him, and nobody's gonna do any research or look into this shit. And watch how many black people flock along and just get headed for, oh, George Floyd brother endorsed him, even though you can tell this man has no IQ and he probably didn't finish the goddamn 8th grade. I would be surprised if he's a high school graduate. I'm gonna tell you, not that that's important that you had to be a high school graduate, but I'm just letting you know that this man lacks intelligence. When I show you his picture, because I'm about to show you how this man looks, you can tell that this is not the person you want to be following. But we gonna see, because black people do not do their due diligence. Now watch how many ignorant ass black people go and vote for this dude Eric Adams, around and put him in there. The dude that supports stop and frisk, the dude that's been on the police force for 22 years and was a captain of the police in New York, retired from the police in New York, and we know how horrible the police in New York was. The same police in New York that was just, this is over the George Floyd protest. The police in New York was literally running over goddamn black protesters with their goddamn cars. It's on camera. They were running over protesters. This is the type of culture that this mayor comes from. And watch how many black people, just because they had George Floyd's brother, Terrence, dumbass Floyd, endorsed them. They're just going to take it for granted. And, oh, yeah, well, Terrence, who the fuck is Terrence? Terrence is a no goddamn body. Terrence is just the brother of a man who got murdered. Terrence is really a no goddamn body, and I wouldn't shed a tear if the same fate was to happen to his dumb ass. So he want to, support the police and all. Like he gonna be immune. You ain't gonna be no cop. You cock out the motherfucker. You go get mistaken too. All you gotta do is your dumb ass has got to go into the wrong town at the right moment. They ain't gonna give a damn about you being no George Floyd, brother. They ain't gonna give a damn. Oh, you gonna get beat in your head with nightsticks, tased, and choke the fuck out. Watch. And you gonna be talking about, but I support that. You remember what they did to my boy just not too long ago? I can't. Green, what was it? Ronald Green, right? You remember he was getting choked out, killed, and the police murdered him with his bare hands, and all he was screaming out, "I'm your brother, please stop! I'm your brother, Jesus! Oh Jesus, I'm your brother. I'm sorry, sir." Remember Ronald Green? They showed the video how they stomped him and drug him on his belly, face down in the goddamn dirt on the outside with his fucking hog tied, with his feet shackled. They drug him. That's gonna be your dumb ass. And nobody gonna know you know George Floyd, brother, and you yelling out, "Please, brother, I support you. I like the police." No, they gonna see your fat black cock out of there. And you cock out of there, you fat man. Oof. It's a double whammy, man. They like to get the ugly ones. They do the ugly ones dirty, man. They ain't gonna know who you is. Mister, you don't think we should defund the police. You think we should put more police on it. You think you safe, you fat motherfucker? You don't think you could get it. Look what they did to the undercover cop at the protest that sued for and got like a $3 million lawsuit against, I want to say, was it the NYPD? This shit might have happened in New York. But either way, they put an undercover cop amongst the protesters because they was trying to see Antifa and all the shit and trying to see if there was any terrorists in the goddamn group. So they had to put an undercover cop in. The cop goes out to the protest and he's undercover, and the goddamn white police officers beat the shit out of him at the protest when they get him because they don't realize that this is the undercover cop. Mistaken identity. They just seen black guy and went the hell off. They beat this man bad as hell. He was the fucking police. He was one of them. He turned around. He had quit the force and sued the shit out of them and got like $3 million law settlement. But the police beat the shit out of the undercover cop because he was black. I'm telling you, you can't make this shit up. So if you Terrence Floyd think for some reason because you supporting the police and your fat ass, I don't know what the fuck this fat dude thinking, man. I just don't. I don't give a damn if you're fat or not. I just give a damn if you're fat and you stupid and you're an enemy. Then I'm gonna degrade you, right? I'm not gonna degrade you, but let's just say I don't got no mother concern for your well-being or your feelings, you fat fuck. You an enemy. Enemies, what the fuck you think I'm supposed to be? Treat you like an ally? So when they beat your ass or they choke your ass, or I guess who won't be protesting for them? For your dumb ass, Terrence Floyd. I won't be protesting for your dumb ass. I'm gonna be thinking he got what he deserved. You support the same motherfuckers that beat, lock up, set up, violate men that look like me and your black cockeyed ass on a daily, especially your black cockeyed ass on a daily basis. And you somehow think the right thing to do is to come out and endorse that and support that and go against everybody who's on the movement and was on the side to support your family, your brother. You gonna spit in all of our faces and you gonna stand on the side of the police, nigga? Blasphemy, man. I don't see how is I'm supposed to be expected to deal. I mean, this shit is the shit that causes mental health breaks. Like I don't know how am I supposed to deal with white folk, and then I got to deal with my own goddamn people.